Well, I think that the joy that I do feel is from living for God. It's His joy in me. It's not an affirmation, although that's important. It's important that we affirm joy in everything that we do. It's important that we affirm that nothing in this world really matters. The only thing that matters is God's love and God's joy. And so you do everything with a positive attitude of understanding that it's all a dream anyway. We're here only for Him. But then when you see suffering and sorrow in the world, does that make you giggle? Of course I don't mean that. But the thing is that you can help people with your joy more than you can help them with your pity. Pity means if somebody's drowning, you jump in and drown with him. What good does that do? Compassion and kindness and true love means either jumping in if you can swim and save him, or throwing him a life preserver, or holding out a branch to him that he can clutch and pull him into shore. From your strength of joy and security in yourself, you can reach out to others and help them. But you can't help anybody if you suffer with them. So joy is not only the result of overcoming problems, it's also the solution for overcoming them. The more you have of joy, the more you have of answers, solutions, and God. I had a period in my life which was very, very trying for me. I was suddenly, overnight, debarred from everything in which I had placed my faith, to which I had given my devoted labor for 14 years. I was deprived by jealousy, by envy, by misunderstanding, by a number of attitudes that I don't need to analyze. It's their problem. But I found myself suddenly without any of that. And I went through a period of great suffering on a conscious level. But when I found that I was compromised in such a way that I had to give a talk, what people said they got from my talk more than anything else was joy. And I thought, joy? How can they get joy from me when I'm suffering so deeply? Then I realized that there was a layer of joy underneath, like an underground river running under all my suffering that had never left me. And this is what you will find, is that the more that you meditate and feel God's presence in yourself, the more that river of joy will be there. And even though outwardly you may go through suffering and trying times, that joy will not leave you. But then it means further, and this is an attitude that I did not develop at that time, but I have learned to develop since then, that whatever happens in life, whether it be painful, excruciatingly painful, or joyful or pleasant, whatever it be, take it all as God's grace. When I went through that period, a great saint in India, a woman saint, wrote me a message saying, take this as your Guru's grace and as God's grace. And I thought, grace, that's one word I can't apply to this. Years later, I saw she had been right. I had given my life to God, and He did not abandon me. When you give your life truly to God, He will take care of you, and He may give you tests, but you will find in the end that they are just what you needed for your own growth and for your service to Him. And another thing you'll find is that maybe all the things you wanted will be taken away from you. And that one thing that you didn't want at all and thought was the worst thing possible for you, if you accept that I've done my best and I give the results to God, you will find that that one thing, even though you rejected it with full fervor, it was just what you needed. I can look back over every test I have gone through, and I've gone through many in my life, and I can say that I'm grateful for every one of them. Every one of them helped me to go in the direction that God wanted me to go, and not that God is a tyrant, but that I needed to go for my own attunement with him and for my own happiness.